how are people in Ukraine doing?
So, you know, we talked about this a bit earlier. There's a lot of, since the start of the war, deserved PR about how resilient Ukrainians are. I've been based in Odessa for most of the war, and I call this the city of heroes, the capital of entrepreneurial spirit in Ukraine, Odessa. It's a port city. People know how to make the best of it at the worst of times. But we have never seen anything like we have today. It is, and I don't say this lightly, I've worked in Gaza, I've worked in other disaster areas. It is a humanitarian catastrophe. I was shocked this morning when I went to the long-range weather forecast. We just had, well, it's ongoing right now, a cold snap in Ukraine. It wasn't as bad as was expected, minus 13, minus 14. In a few days from now, minus 20, minus 21. Well, at the same time, Russia is continuing its strikes, targeted strikes on critical infrastructure. I have friends, I have relatives in parts of Ukraine. They haven't had power for a few days now. And the problem is a lot of our cities are very old. So when the electricity goes out, the heating goes out, and the water goes out, 3 at a time. And it's very, very difficult to live in those circumstances. They have established a lot of so-called centers of invincibility where you can go and warm up, you can recharge your devices. But I see around me businesses closing down. They can't cope anymore. These are in Odessa. These are tough people who have really tried to make a go of it. And it's very sad and depressing to see that happen around you. You also have, really for the first time, a lot of movers and shakers leaving, the people who actually run the economy. And then finally, and this is very difficult to illustrate on TV or whatever, but this kind of tearing of the social fabric, families being split apart, separations and divorces are at an all-time high. You have millions of Ukrainians who are now been overseas for 4 years or so. Some of them already qualifying for citizenship soon in Germany and places like that. And this is another huge loss to Ukraine because there are now doubts on how many will actually come back. Finally, there's a little intricacy here that you should know is, of course, a lot of those who left, especially at the beginning, are male. A lot of them should not have left. And they fear that if they do come back, even if there's a ceasefire agreement or peace agreement, they will be criminally charged for breaking the martial law rules because they weren't supposed to leave. And also we have a problem, you ask how people are coping. A lot of my friends who own bars and restaurants saw a huge